I have to. Let's see it.
And hello again, everybody, and good evening, and welcome to another edition here of On Deck here with me, Charles Prodigy Richey. I had just make a special announcement real quick. I have moved on from ChicagolandSportsRadio.com and taking this brand with me independently, just to give you guys a heads up right now. But right now we're streaming live here on Facebook Live right now on my On Deck page right now as we're looking to get some a great show here tonight as we look at it for right now. But for just give you guys a heads up right now, going to be keeping it the same like how it did on ChicagolandSportsRadio.com. We're going to be still getting into some baseball, NBA, fast break, and some NFL extra points. Concluding with the Chicago Bears and their picks in the draft right now. If you guys want to follow me on social media, you can definitely do so. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Prodigy Richey. And you can also check me out as I host Men of Steel podcast here on Mondays and Wednesdays. You can follow me there on Twitter as well at Men of Steel CGR and at Men of Steel Nation on Instagram right now. Get ready to kick off right now with some MLB Upper Deck right now. As 1 week into the season already now, the White Sox, they have already had their home opener and they've only won one series so far under long returning manager Tony La Russa, who has not managed again since 2011. He was last the World Series champion for the St. Louis Cardinals right now. Now, I know there's been a little bit of concern right now coming up as far as like with decision making, but more particularly right now, is it more him or just a little bit of a shaky bullpen? I know it's a little still early to speak right now on this, but I definitely do feel like give it some time. I truly believe this Sox team right now, with their core right now, their young talent. I mean, they did kind of start off a little bit slow last year coming out of the pandemic, if you really think about it. I mean, back when they had it start, I want to say late July. I mean, listen, they started off a little slow, and they were able to still make a good playoff run. So who's to say that can't happen again this year for a while they're trying to get their sights set on not only a playoff run, but a World Series. And I really do feel like right now, I mean, Rick Hahn, who still has some pretty good confidence right now, feels like things could still shake out. No question right there. But you also got to look at it this way, too. I mean, when you really think about it right now, I mean, the White Sox MO, I mean, for the most part, I mean, kind of reminds you of what they went through 2 decades ago. I mean, if you take a look at it, almost where the kids could play. Now, I mean, you want to also like translate that into these kids can win now when we take a look at everything. And for the White Sox, I mean, starting off right now, they have only won one series so far. That's been on the road against the Seattle Mariners, where they took 2 out of 3, 4-5 so far, 4th place in the AL Central as we currently take a look at it right now. A game and a half back over the Cleveland Indians, who is 5-3 right now. And I got to tell you right now, I think one of the most encouraging things, too, a guy who's been missing in action for quite some time, Michael Kopech right now, who's been had a few flashes of brilliance, what he could do with his speed and his pitches. But at the end of the day, too, I mean, what he's been able to bring as far as like potential for down the line. Remember, he had Tommy John surgery at the end of 2018, and he's been slowly coming back out of the bullpen rotation right now, lighting it up. I mean, having a real good 99 miles per hour on the radar gun, if you take a look at it. And I got to tell you right now, I feel like right now for him, he's definitely going to be a guy that could be a big contributor for right now. I mean, I'm not so sure if it's going to be so much as a starting pitcher, but when you take a look at everything right now, it's truly been remarkable so far. I mean, the big highlight of this weekend with their home opening series, I mean, Bruce Lyon, 670 to score, noted that they had a sellout attendance. I mean, not really a sellout, but pretty much decent enough. Of course, with fans slowly returning back to stands, while the pandemic is still going on, hopefully that will start to die down. But over 8,207 fans on Friday night. And that was pretty encouraging right now. The only biggest flaw that's been coming up, and I've been alluding to this right now, has been their bullpen. Going 1-4 so far with 2 blown saves right now. And if you take a look at, again, like say today's game right now versus the Kansas City Royals, we take a look at for this game. I mean, once again, it pretty much was their bullpen if you look at it. You see them going out right there, and now it is 1-5, basically. As we shake things out here. And losing in extra innings today. You have Holland of the Royals, who gets the win out of relief. Greg Holland right now, he goes to 1-1 the season with a 6.00 ERA. And then the closer for the Royals, Kyle Zimmer, he picks up right now the save for this game today. Is first save of the year, what it looks like. So I just want to just ask you right now, I mean, when you take a look at it so far, what do you guys feel like? Is there any looming concerns right now? I mean, with this ball club, as we take a look at on the present moment. And I got to believe right now the White Sox at the time right now, listen, I think when you got a guy like Tony La Russa, I mean, who technically, I mean, was supposed to stay retired when he got this job. I mean, usually bowlers in Cooperstown in the Museum Baseball Hall of Fame, they don't like the idea of managers, especially coming out of retirement when you're already in the Hall of Fame. Pretty much the understanding right there is like when you're retired and you're inducted to Hall of Fame, you're supposed to stay retired on this. And we'll see how it continues to pan out for right now. But I will say, the Chicago White Sox, I really do believe this will be a team that's going to be a slow start, just like last year. I definitely do feel like they'll be able to heat it up down the stretch. But right now, I mean, their biggest concerns are their bullpen. And Rick had on a slow start and all developments under La Russa's watch. He was quoted saying, there are obviously some things that need to be tightened up, Hod said, Thursday before the White Sox host the Royals in their home opener. We think especially on the defensive end, this team is capable of a much higher level of play. We expect over the course of the 162-game season that this is the level we will settle in at. I'm trying to keep a more long-term view of the season. And, I think that's very fair to say right now. I mean, listen, I mean, it's not like first month into the season. I mean, even if it was first month, I mean, you really want to like start to evaluate things around, like say by the trade deadline, realistically, not so much June. But I definitely do feel right now, I mean, the Sox team, I mean, maybe they're hammered with a little bit of injuries. You had a guy like Tim Harrison who was on the 10-day injury list after suffering a hamstring on Sunday last week. He's expected to be out another week. In addition to him, outfielder Billy Hamilton had a hamstring issue, and utility man Leori Garcia is with a leg strain. And Han goes on to say, we're currently working under the projection that Tim will be back after 10 days are up. There are still some milestones for him in the past. He has not been on the field to take any ground balls yet. An injury like this, you want to err on the side of caution. Once again, for those of you tuning in, the On Deck right here, you guys can follow me again on social media at Prodigy Richey. For the most part, you can also check me out on the Mass Steel Podcast on Twitter at Mass Steel CGR, at Mass Steel Nation on Instagram. So feel free to keep it over here. If you guys ever want to follow me for On Deck, just come to my On Deck Facebook page, which you can check out at On Deck CSR. And like I said, just mainly, I would just suggest if you guys want to hear more tweets from me at Prodigy Richey for this segment of the show. So I'd like to hear your concerns so far, Sox fans. What do you guys feel a little bit about the slow start? You guys are ready to hit the just a little bit concerned right now? Uh, feel like Tony Russa's got a work in progress so far since coming back after being away for over a decade. Want to hear from you, the fans, right now, as we take a look at it right now. I mean, is he going to do much better than his previous predecessor right now, Rick Renteria, right now, as we take a look at it? Again, feel free to let me know right now your thoughts. Definitely want to hear from you again as we look at it right now. I mean, Rick Renteria right now, which, by the way, yeah, who was the manager of the year last year. So let's see. But you know what? Well, Russa, I got a lot of confidence. He's going to do wonders with the pitching at some point. I'm not so worried about that, but we'll see how things continue to loom around right now as we're just getting started here on this opening session here of On Deck with me, Charles the Prodigy Richey, as we look at things a little bit more and definitely right now into as we look at right now. I mean, Popek right now is just having some real good sick pitches today, as you can see right here, as posted right now by Chuck Garfien of NBC Sports Chicago. White Sox so far are 1-10, or 1-for-10 with runners in scoring position in today's contest. Balls and carrying. Yeah, you know what? That definitely has a lot to do when you're not having any success right there. That cannot win you many ball games when you strand a lot of runners right there. But right now, Garfien does go on to point out that White Sox hitters are drawing walks at a rate that he can't remember, he hasn't seen in a long time. They entered today's tops in the AL in walks, and Mendick's 10-pitch walk set up the RBI double for Garcia. And right now, I mean, let's see what continues to happen right now. Rick Hahn was also quoted on saying that over 90% of White Sox players have been vaccinated. So that's some good news right there. Well, I'm going to just tell you my thoughts right now. White Sox, give it some time right now. I think they're definitely going to be all right. I definitely do see them contending right now. Just truly marvelous to see them for the first time ever in franchise history get in the playoffs as a wild card last season, which has never happened in the history of this franchise. I mean, pretty much they were in that play-in series, which they lost the Oakland A's, but I definitely do believe right now they got a lot of positive outlook right now on their future right now. And guys on this lineup right now who I'm looking a little bit more sharply at. I mean, when you look at, I mean, definitely Jose Abreu right now at the age of 34. I mean, still doing very well right now. I mean, for his age, the reigning American League MVP for the Southsiders as we look at it. And yeah, I mean, this guy right here, definitely one of the guys spotlight here on deck as we're in the leadoff segment. And then, two, I mean, when you look at it right now, I probably also like to say, I mean, like their cleanup guy, Leori Garcia right now, who so far is batting right now, not shining so far, only 100, but I like to see him get a little bit more slack to help out the lineup here a little bit, and then we'll see what happens from there. So we're going to go ahead, transition here. We're going to get into a little bit of a mini break here. But when we come back, we're going to be taking a look at NBA fast break here as we look at the Chicago Bulls right now. 10th place in the NBA Eastern Conference Finals right now. How will they be able to fare the rest of the way? Can Billy Donovan help take this team to a playoff level? We'll find that out coming back out. You're listening and watching to On Deck with me, Charles Prodigy Richey here don't move a muscle.
I have to. Let's see it.